Oh, I wish you guys could smell what we're seeing on the TV right now. We're cooking up a Southern classic recipe that's quick and simple for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. One of our favorites, Chef Lindsay Autry from the Regional Kitchen and Public House, here to share her delicious recipe. She's already got going. Right now, this is the base for the shrimp that we're working with?
So we're making shrimp and grits today. And this is actually a dish that we feature on our brunch menu on Sundays. And then we're gonna have a different version of it, similar to this on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So
it's a very versatile dish.
It is. I mean, you can kind of eat it any time of day. And a lot of times bacon is a key ingredient in shrimp and grits in the Low Country. But we're actually doing ours with olive oil, and we're not using any pork today. So I've sauteed some about a pound of pink shrimp from the Keys in a little bit of olive oil, and I've taken those out. And then with the leftover oil in the pan, we've just sauteed a little bit of garlic, and we've added a little bit of flour because we want to make kind of a gravy sauce. So once your flour has started to cook, then you can either use vegetable broth or a little bit of chicken broth, and we're going to add
all stuff that I could find in my pantry at home. So this is awesome.
Yeah, so now we're just going to let that come up to a boil, and that's going to thicken up. And while that's going, I just want to talk a little bit about grits. So we use stone ground grits, which are a little bit, coarser, so they take a little bit longer to cook. And I like to cook my grits in a mixture of milk and water. So we've got 2 cups of water, 2 cups of milk.
Now, what does the milk do?
So it helps make it creamy and keeps the grits from getting dry. Sometimes if you've ever made grits, after a while, they get really firm.
Oh, yeah.
The milk helps that. So I like to add a little bit of basil and a little bit of rosemary to my milk and water while it's heating up.
Fresh from the plant, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, and that infuses it. So then once that comes to a boil, we just remove that, add our grits, and let them cook. And so now, just to go back to the sauce, so now this has started to thicken up.
Man, you are a master multitasker right there.
That's what you have to do if you're a chef. So now we're gonna add the shrimp that we just sauteed right back to that sauce. And I'm gonna add a little bit more broth because it's a little thick. And then to that, to flavor this, we've got a little bit of fresh lemon juice, which I'm just gonna add a little bit of that. We've got some scallions. And then it's always good to add a little bit of hot sauce. So we make our own at the restaurant, but you could do that.
And while you're going away there, you said that you've been very busy at the restaurant recently. Part of that's because of Hamilton that's going on downtown. Holly and I were talking about Valentine's Day planned. You said you're kind of booked for the majority of the evening, but if people want to come by, after 7 or so? Yeah,
we still have availability after 7 o'clock. I think everybody that's going to Hamilton has already made their reservations for that night, but we do have plenty of space.
Awesome. So now we've got about 30 seconds left here. Do we have a look at the grits when they're done?
So we're just going to wilt in some kale, and then I've got some grits, the magic of TV.
Yeah, look at that.
That I've already cooked.
Just like that.
Yeah, and we're just going to put some grits right on the bottom of the plate. And grits will hold hot for about 45 minutes. So, you have to multitask a little bit with this dish. And then we're just gonna finish with some of the shrimp and the kale on top. And this is just kind of a healthier but still delicious version.
The kale makes it healthy.
Yeah, the kale makes it healthy. And some roasted tomatoes.
All right, thank you so much, Chef Lindsay. You guys know where to find them. If you want any reservations, go ahead and call ahead.